What is up, guys? Luke Deutschlander here with another video. If you guys like my videos, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the biggest and best and most profitable things that you can buy and resell on eBay for 2019 and overall in general. So the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is Apple Watches. For those of you guys that don't have ads up that are flipping smartphones and electronics and you're not targeting other things, you guys are losing out on a lot of money. You guys need to diversify your portfolio when it comes to buying and selling. Apple Watches are a big one. Right here, this is a Nike Series 3 Apple Watch, 42mm with GPS and or cellular, and it's unlocked. And I actually paid around $120 for this, and I'm going to be selling it for probably around $220. It's pretty much in like new condition in the box. This is a really highly desirable item just because of the fact that, one, Apple products are really popular. Two, it's cheaper to ship. I think I can ship these for about $10 a piece, and on top of that, they move really fast. So an item really isn't any good. It doesn't matter how much profit it is if you can't ever sell it. And what I've noticed is anything that has to do with being an Apple product, whether it's a watch or a phone, moves extremely fast. And that's one of the key things to making huge profits, is just the fact that you guys can move things. Like if you buy 100 items and you're only making $20 profit a piece, but you sell them in a day or two, well, that item is extremely profitable. Now the margins might be lower, but if you're moving things very fast, that's really all that matters, just because of the fact that you're able to keep your capital up and to continue buying other things. The worst thing you can get is an item that's very expensive and takes forever to sell. So that being said, guys, Apple Watches are one of the big ones you guys should be targeting in 2019. Another one, as I just said, Apple products, iPhones, guys. You guys definitely got to be placing ads out there for iPhones. If you guys are on eBay right now and you are buying and reselling things, especially if you're buying and reselling electronics and you have not bought an iPhone yet, something's wrong. iPhones are probably, in my opinion, the ~1 thing to make a profit on online. If you guys are buying and reselling on eBay, you guys should be buying iPhones. First off, iPhone costs about $3 to $5 to ship, even with signature tracking and insurance. And then on top of that, guys, iPhones are highly desirable. So this iPhone is going to sell almost instantly if you appraise it right and price it right when you go to list it online. I've had iPhones even with cracked screens before that I've actually purchased, guys. I've listed it on eBay, and I've literally seen them sell within 2 minutes of listing it. I mean, it's crazy. And you guys probably don't even believe me if you've never flipped an iPhone, but I'm telling you, if you guys buy and resell an iPhone and put it online, you guys can literally sell the thing in a minute or two. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but it's 100% true. So that being said, there's two items, guys, Apple Watches and iPhones. Honestly, any smartphone. I'm just going to look at another one here. This phone's kind of cracked, but this is an LG Stylo 4. This is something that you want to buy too. Any kind of smartphone, guys, you guys can make huge profits on. Just because of the fact that they move so fast and everybody has a smartphone. You know, smartphones are getting more and more popular out there in the world. And so for that reason being, it makes them a really highly desirable item that you can sell to make big profits on in eBay in 2019. Another thing that I want to talk about that, you know, it's kind of a little bit out there because you don't see them all that often is these. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They've got this brand, and then there's a couple other brands. But these are the little robots that go around, and they either vacuum or scrub your floor. These are really popular. They are a little more expensive to ship. However, typically, I mean, you can't really sell these many places just because of the fact that, I don't know, there really isn't a market for them other than online. I mean, sure, you could sell it on Marketplace or Craigslist, but most people who have bought these probably already bought one brand new. So it's just kind of something to keep your eyes out for, are these little robot Brava Jets. This one actually gets the floor wet and then actually scrubs it. It's kind of cool. But just kind of something to, you know, basically keep in mind, guys. You need to diversify. This item I wouldn't really say is something that you can make huge profits on, but it's sitting here on my desk and I'm going to be reselling it, so I just thought I would bring it up. But Apple Watches, smartphones, and then odd items like this. And when I say odd items, I just mean items that you don't necessarily see every day, but it doesn't mean that you guys can't make ads. And when I say make ads, I mean you guys should specifically make an ad saying, I pay cash for Apple Watches and other smartwatches. So you guys want to kind of switch your ads up a little bit and actually be targeting certain things other than just smartphones. Another thing that I got sitting right over here that I'm going to grab for you guys are laptops. And when I say laptops, guys, I'm talking gaming laptops. So you can get laptops pretty reasonably, but the ones you want to target, guys, are gaming laptops. So this is an MSI GP63 Leopard. It has an i7 processor, which is really, really fast, and it's also an 8th gen i7 processor. This is the latest model, 2019, and it's got a GTX 1060 graphics card along with 16 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte SSD. So for you guys that don't know what that means, basically this is a really, really high-end computer. I think the retail on it was like $1,700, and basically I'm probably going to sell it for around, I don't know, probably $1,400 to $1,500. But if you guys can get your hands on gaming laptops, the margins on them are so huge, guys. Gaming laptops are something that you want to try and make advertisements for. It's worth putting in the extra effort and actually just specifically advertising for gaming laptops. That gaming laptop, I want to say that I paid around $500 to $600 for it, and I'm going to make double my money on it. Same thing goes for MacBooks. If I had a MacBook sitting here, I would love to show you guys. I just had one the other day, but it's sold, unfortunately. But MacBooks, guys, huge profit in MacBooks. You can get them usually for cheaper just because of the fact that even though the person might have paid a really high price for it starting out with, if you offer them $500, $600 is still a lot of money to somebody. It's a fair price, and typically there's bigger margins on MacBooks. I know the one that I sold last week, I personally sold it for $1,300, and I paid about $700 for it. So that's a pretty nice flip. And not to mention, the nice thing about MacBooks, guys, is they sell really fast. Now, gaming laptops are good. However, there is kind of a wide variety of different gaming laptops, especially when we're talking Microsoft and computers, where MacBooks are kind of more niche and they sell faster. Same thing with iPhones, guys. Just to kind of talk about iPhones and smartphones here. iPhones actually sell a lot faster, it seems like, than any kind of Samsung or LG or any kind of other smartphone. Just because, you know, iPhone has a very big user base. They're a very simple phone, and just because of it, you know, being simple, it just basically means that you've got a wider user base. I mean, there's probably more younger people that use iPhones, you know, compared to older people. But on top of that, there's a lot of older people that use iPhones too. And really, truthfully, I think that iPhone has the market just because of the fact it seems like almost everybody I know uses an iPhone. Maybe it's just a Wisconsin thing. I don't know. I'd love to hear you guys' comments down below. Like, what do your friends use for smartphones? But in my opinion, iPhone really has the market, you know, so for that reason being, people are always looking for parts, people are always cracking them, breaking them, repairing them, buying them, selling them, and they just sell extremely fast. So basically, like I said earlier in the video, guys, anything that is Apple product related, you guys want to buy. And make sure you appraise it right. As long as you appraise it right, you guys are going to sell it. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, guys, that's kind of important is little odds and ends stuff like these. So you guys get something kind of like this. This is very small. This is just basically a little 4 terabyte backup that you would use to like back up some of the hard drive space on your computer or memory or just stuff that you want to store. Another little thing kind of like this. These aren't worth very much. They're worth like $60, $70 a piece. So if you can pick them up for $20 to $30, it's just a SanDisk portable SSD. Same thing with this. It's just a Seagate Backup Plus 4 terabyte, a little bit bigger than this guy. But, I mean, they're worth like $80, $90 a piece, and I mean, if you can pick them up for $20, $30, $40, I mean, it's double your money. And the nice thing about this is, guys, is this guy's going to be really cheap to ship. I got my scale right over here. I'm actually going to weigh this for you guys just to kind of show you what we're looking at for shipping. So I'm going to weigh this right here. Just going to take a look at it. We're at 3.3 ounces. So that being said, you can put this in a bubble mailer and ship this for under a pound. You're probably looking at like $3 to $4 to ship this. So super profitable item, and you can also include free shipping on it, which does help you sell products. Another thing that I want to talk about, guys, is something that not a lot of flippers talk about, but this right here. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, this is not a computer thing or anything like that. This is car audio. This is a Kicker 2400 watt amp, and you can often pick amps up really cheap on Craigslist. You can actually reach out to people, and for those, sometimes I don't even do ads on them. I'll actually just reach out to people because it seems like a lot of car and audio guys need money because they're constantly upgrading their systems, and they're also, you know, selling their old systems, and you can sometimes get really good deals on them. That's like a new Kicker amp sitting over there, and I think the retail on it's about $400, and I only paid $120 for it. So super good deal. It is used, but I mean, it's in the box and everything, and you do got to be kind of careful on car audio stuff. I recommend if you do go buy them, make sure the car audio equipment is still hooked up to the car, just because of the fact that you guys want to make sure that they actually work, and so that way you guys can test them. So that being said, guys, I would say my top 3 picks for 2019 to make big profits on eBay are smartwatches, specifically Apple Watches, smartphones, specifically iPhones, just because they sell the fastest, and then I would say gaming laptops, whether it's a high-end Microsoft gaming laptop or it's a high-end MacBook with really good stats. If you guys flip those 3 items all throughout 2019 and you kind of source and target those, you guys will have a super profitable year in 2019. Now, like I said, guys, make sure you guys don't miss out on some of the odds and ends stuff like this. Another odds and end thing that I think people kind of forget about is GoPros. GoPros are something you want to buy and sell, and then drones, all that kind of stuff, guys. So anything you guys can think of that's an electronic that's basically, you know, either new in the box or used or just has a really good resale rate that's kind of trending or popular, just make sure you guys pick it up. Don't be afraid to diversify your selling portfolio, and, you know, just make sure you pick up whatever it is. If it's an electronic and it works good and, you know, you feel comfortable buying it and you can find accurate appraisals online, then there's no reason not to buy it, because you won't know if you never try. So just kind of something to keep in mind. Just kind of wanted to throw a few ideas out there for you guys in 2019. That way you guys are getting the most profitable things. You know, back in 2018, I would say it was kind of the same thing. I would say iPhones were the #1 pick, but smartwatches have really picked up this year. You know, and the thing is a lot of people are cracking and breaking their smartwatches just because they're on their wrist and they're setting them down and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff with them, and they're, you know, getting water damage on them when they wash their hands. So be watching out for smartwatches, guys. iPhones as always, and then make sure you guys are trying to pick up those high-end gaming laptops or MacBooks. So that being said, guys, I hope this gives you guys some ideas for 2019, and I hope you guys make big profits off of some of these items. If you guys are an eBay seller out there, make sure you guys dive into the electronics industry just because of the fact that electronics are so profitable. So that being said, guys, I hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any comments or anything, I'd love to hear them down below. Let me know if you guys have got some special items or some items that you buy and resell on eBay that are actually really profitable. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.